Here are some of the sponsors who make this broadcast possible. Diane Rio State Farm Insurance. On Route 16 in Conway, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Silver Lake Home Center, a full-service home center on Route 113 in Silver Lake. American-made, American values. Black Cap Grill in Settlers Crossing, right between LL Bean and REI. Come hungry, bring a friend. Conway Scenic Railroad, now open year-round in North Conway Village, offering a variety of heritage railroad excursions the whole family will enjoy. Minuteman Press in North Conway and on the web at minuteman.com. Napa MWV, your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores at 738 Eastman Road in Redstone and 285 Main Street in Freiburg. Big Dave's Bagels and Deli, winner of the best bagels in the state of New Hampshire, 8 years running in the WMUR TV Viewers' Choice Poll. North Country Dental, with offices in North Conway and Gorham. We'd love to make your smile. Pinkham Real Estate, now Washington Valley's independent local experts leading you home since 1963 and proud to sponsor our local student athletes. Craig L. Holden, attorney at law, with offices at 1107 Main Street in Freiburg. The Lobster Trap Restaurant, seafood, steaks, Italian on West Side Road in North Conway. Crest Auto World on Route 302 in Redstone. It's a great day at Crest. Field Electric on Level Road in Freiburg. Full-service electrical contractors, including Generac generators and Mitsubishi heat pumps. Milford Flooring, just a mile north of North Conway Village on Route 16 and 302 in Intervale, specializing in flooring products and installation. Flatbread Company, serving up wood-fired pizzas in North Conway since 2001, and now at our new location on Route 16 next to Delaney's Hole in the Wall. Diesel Works, heavy equipment and truck repair, Bad Boy mowers and tractors on East Conway Road in Center Conway. Settlers Green, celebrating 6 new store openings this spring, including Ultra Beauty and Lululemon. Vino's Specialty Foods and Meats, a family-owned butcher shop with fresh-cut meats and gourmet to go on Route 16 in North Conway. From the Larry Mahaney Diamond on the campus of St. Joseph's College in Standish, this is the State Class B Baseball Championship game featuring our Freiburg Academy Raiders and the Cony Rams.
Sure is.
Hello there once again, everybody. I'm Jeff Flint, along with Rick West, our videographers, Scott Verney and Carter Nolte, and our producer back at the station, Bill Edmonds. And Cony and Freiburg, and it all comes down to this.
It does, Jeff. This is what these two teams have played for and started working out in the winter, in the gym, and this is where they wanted to be. And there's a lot of teams that want to be right here but aren't. So you know you've got the cream of the crop right here in Class B. Cony is a much larger school than Freiburg, but they play in the same class, and that's not unusual these days. I still think Freiburg can give these guys a good game. I think it's going to come down to Freiburg's quality of pitching and if they don't make mistakes. Cony is an offensive powerhouse.
Juggernaut.
These guys score runs like most people drink water, and that's going to be Freiburg's biggest nemesis today. They're either going to have to score more runs than they usually do to keep pace, or they're going to have to keep Cony off the scoreboard.
We'll see whether they can do that. The Raiders come into this thing at 16-3 after a 13-3 regular season. Their playoff run, they won in the quarters, beat York 10-2. In the semis, they took out Cape Elizabeth 4-3. In both of those games, they were behind late in the game, but pulled it out. And in the South Finals right here on Tuesday, that would be 5 days ago. No, 4 days. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 4 days ago. They built a lead 4-0. They didn't have to come from behind. They had to hang on for the 4-3 win over Greeley. They are scoring just under 7 runs per game are the Raiders. The Rams are scoring almost 11.5 runs per game.
And as I said, that's really what the story of today is going to come down to, can Freiburg keep Cony off the scoreboard, and can they score enough to keep pace with what they do give them? You know Cony's going to score. That's inevitable.
And the Raiders, defensively, have given up more than 3 runs only 6 times this year. So that's, another defensive thing in favor of the Raiders.
Interestingly, these two teams, as far as runs allowed, 50 for Cony, 51 for the Raiders. So their defense and pitching appears to be fairly similar. It's only in the offense where there's a huge disparity.
As for the Rams, they got here with a win over Gardner in the quarters, 8-3. Then they had 2 tough, close games. They beat Mount Desert Island 2-1 in the semis and took out Herman, the 4 seed, 4-2 in the finals. So obviously, as the competition has gotten tougher, it has been tougher for these Rams to score runs, and we'll see if that continues
We
today.
shall indeed. So it's really going to be up to Oliver Dean to keep Cony close so his teammates can try and put some runs on the board to contain Cony. It's that simple.
Oliver Dean, the starter for the Raiders today, and Landon Perry, number 14, gets the start for the Rams. So it'll be the Raiders and the Rams for all the marbles in Maine Class B, and we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Here are some of the sponsors who make this broadcast possible. Badger, Peabody, and Smith Realty, with local offices in North Conway and Jackson, and on the web at badgerpeabodysmith.com. Service you deserve, people you trust. Mount Washington Valley Customs, full-service repairs and pre-owned car and truck sales at 545 Eastman Road in Redstone. Dairy Queen in Glen. Lucy, Brian, and Leilani have sold the DQ on the Strip, but they're still serving up your favorite DQ food and treats at Dairy Queen in Glen. The Bike Shop on the North-South Road in North Conway. New and used bicycle sales and service. Conway Stove Company and the Chimney Man. On Route 16 in Conway, the higher the chimney, the closer we are to heaven. White Mountains Community College, with over 40 programs of study and campuses in Berlin and Littleton. Freiburg Kitchen and Market, a restaurant and raw bar on Route 302 in Freiburg, where the menu theme changes every week. Infinger Insurance, home, auto, and business insurance, with offices at 1205 Eastman Road in North Conway. White Mountain Oil and Propane, 2820 White Mountain Highway in North Conway, always there for you. Sherwin-Williams in the Surefine Plaza in Conway. The pros know, ask Sherwin-Williams. Bees Cafe, open Thursday through Monday and serving breakfast and lunch all day in the Conway Marketplace. Profile Subaru on Route 16 in Conway. We'll give you more than a better deal. We'll give you a better dealer. NCD Skin, part of North Country Dental in North Conway and Gorham. The right touch of health, beauty, and science. Country Cabinets, etc. Your kitchen and bath source for the Mount Washington Valley on the East Conway Road and on the web at countrycabinetsetc.com. LVO's Pizzeria on Route 16 in North Conway. Free delivery. You ring-a, we bring-a. Porter Office Machines Corporation on Route 16 in North Conway, serving the Mount Washington Valley for 66 years. Gamwell Caputo Kelch & Company, since 1970 a fixture in the Mount Washington Valley, providing dependable tax and accounting services. Atlantic Pool and Spa on Route 16 in North Conway. Pools, saunas and hot tubs, sales and service. Back here at St. Joseph's, let's set the defense for you for the Freiburg Raiders as we go to the top of the first inning. Over in right field is number 3, Cam Blake. The center fielder is number 15, Noah Day. Our left fielder, number 1, Cam Chappell. Checking the infield around third to first, Brady Chappell will start at third base. Alex Elaine is at short. Connor Keaton at second base. And Rich Massey over at first base. The battery, Oliver Dean on the mound, the left-hander, throwing to number 7, David Rosales.
Well, the fact that Dean is a left-hander, I noticed a few left-handed bats in the Cony lineup, so hopefully he'll be able to control them. The key player to watch for Cony is Parker Morin, number 2, the shortstop. He's kind of their all-purpose superstar athlete. He plays in many sports. He's just incredibly talented. I've had the pleasure of watching him play basketball and football on a number of occasions. He is very talented. He is just the glue that makes their team go. He gave a really nice little pregame pep talk to his team right down in front of us, and I like the way he handled himself and the way he handled his team.
He talked about 7 innings of hard work, and that's kind of what it is for each team. Leading it off for the Rams, number 1, Anderson Noyes. He is the starting catcher, and he will be followed by the aforementioned Parker Morin. And the first 2 pitches from Dean are wide of the mark. And Noyes, one of 3 Noises in the lineup, is ahead 2-0. Fouls it back just over the screen.
That was an important pitch for Dean. It allowed him to get mentally back into a count that's not against him.
The 2-1 pitch is ball 3 outside.
Just outside.
I think Dean wants to know where it was off. Swing, and I don't know if he tipped that. It went off the catcher. So, and we have a full count to the first batter.
Yeah, full count to the first batter. Could be a little jitters, little nerves. That's to be expected in a state championship game.
Hit in the air to center field. On his horse is Day. He does not get it. But backing him up very nicely out there was Chappell, and they hold Noyes to a double.
Yep. It was a long, long run for Noah Day, and it just was out of his reach. I know he's out there right now thinking, I should have had it, but that was a tough, tough catch. He ran a long way for that ball. And as you say, great backup.
So immediately the Rams have a runner in scoring position with nobody out for Parker Morin, the shortstop. He takes a ball. That is also high for ball 2. Popped up behind first. Massey cannot get to it.
Good hustle by Massey to try to get over there. It was out of play, but I like to see that from a first baseman. Always go for it. You never know when the wind's going to blow it back towards you, though the wind is blowing left to right today.
That is ball 3. And Dean has yet to throw a strike. That's popped up. On the infield, Massey calling for it at first. And now he's lost it. It just kept drifting back and back and back. And Massey couldn't get it. It is an infield single. And there are runners at first and second as Noyes could not move.
We'll agree to disagree as to whether it was a single. I'm going to call that an E3.
Okay. The batter is number 2, Nolan Noyes, the center fielder.
Shows bunt.
And he takes ball 1. Squares to bunt. And I guess he must have gotten a piece of that.
He got just a
went all the way
piece
to
of
the
it.
backstop. 1-1 the count to Nolan Noyes. He is the center fielder wearing number 2.
This would be a big out to get without advancing the runners because it would keep the double play in order. He gets them to second and third, that's a different story.
Raiders are playing in at third and first. Massey's on the grass and Chappell's on the edge of the grass. Ball 2. Dean has still not found the strike zone. And that's ball 3. So he is one ball away from loading the bases here with nobody out in the top of the first inning. The pitch, that's a called strike.
Yeah, he needed that for his own confidence.
That is his first called strike of the game. A pitch, ball 4. So Noyes draws a walk, and the bases are loaded with nobody out for the cleanup hitter, number 4, Wyatt McKinney. And we're going to talk about it on
Yeah, it's a very
mound.
wise decision by Coach Elaine to come out there and calm Oliver down. I mean, I know it's a state championship game. You've got the jitters. The adrenaline is flowing. But you still got to get people out. And he knows his job as a pitcher. He's done it all season long. And I think that's just what Coach Elaine is saying. Look, it's just another game. But we have to play it in our heads and play it smart. Let the adrenaline just soothe itself out. Play calm. Play within yourself. Play baseball.
And also, I suspect there was a little bit of instruction to the infield, reminding them that there's a force out at
No doubt.
home plate. You've got to make the decision. You've got to get an out somewhere on a ball hit to the infield.
Boy, do you ever.
And it doesn't have to be at home.
It would be good if it was.
So McKinney is the batter. The pitch, ball 1. Hit in the air to left field. Coming on is Chappell. He's got it, and they are not going to run on him.
I'm not surprised. He was coming in. He was charging hard. There is a very good possibility that Noyes would have been out at the plate.
And we don't know what he's got in terms of speed, but
even with it, that would have been a very, very good play for defense.
Max Tibbetts, the first baseman, will stand in. He takes a called strike.
He's one of the lefties that I mentioned earlier. Hopefully Dean will have an advantage here.
Hit to center field. That will get the run home.
Yep.
Here comes the throw in. It is cut off, and it's 1-0 Cony. Morin goes from second to third. So Anderson Noyes comes in from third base on the sacrifice fly, but there are now 2 outs. Runners at the corners for Lance Terrio, the left fielder, wearing number 8.
It would be so big for Freiburg to get out of this, giving up just the 1 run.
Now the throw to first,
and
they've got him between first and second. Throw down. Now they throw home.
Oh.
I'm not sure why they did that. They had the runner caught between first and second base, and Elaine chose to throw it home, and the run scores. And Nolan Noyes goes to second. That is high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to Aterio.
And an uncharacteristically poor throw from Elaine to the plate.
I'm not sure he would have gotten him with a perfect
I'm
throw.
not either, to be honest with you.
I think what he was afraid of is that they were going to get caught. The runner was going to be caught in a rundown. They were going to get him out, but not before the run scored. And he was looking to cut the run down.
Better off to just end the inning. Let the run score, end the inning. Get back to the dugout.
Take the out. And the count is now 3-1 to Aterio. Nolan Noyes, the runner at second base. 2 outs here in the first and 2 runs already in. Swing and a miss.
I think that's the first ball that Cony has swung at and missed, and we're already in batter 6.
Full count to Terrio. Look back to second. Hit on the ground.
Nice play.
Chappell at third has it. Throws him out and the inning is over.
Pretty play by Chappell.
Play goes 5-3, and the inning is over, but not before the Rams score twice. We go to the bottom of the first inning, 2-0 Cony. To the home half of the first inning we go, and setting the defense for the Rams. Out in right field is Davis Noyes, number 11. The center fielder is Nolan Noyes, number 2. And over in left field, Lance Terrio, number 8. Around the infield, number 3, Drew Lindquist at third. Parker Morin, number 9, at shortstop. Wyatt McKenney, number 4, is the second baseman. And over at first, Max Tibbetts. Landon Perry on the mound for Cony, and Anderson Noyes catching for him.
My apologies. I forgot you hadn't completed your around the horn. The Cony Rams players, these kids have been playing together for years, all the way up from Little League, plus they're football players, basketball players. These guys are, multi-sport athletes that have been playing together since they were kids. This is huge for them. This is kind of like their high school swan song, as it were. And the same could be said for the Freiburg Raiders. That's what's great about these championships games and what's sort of sad about them as well. All right. Connor Keaton setting it off for the Raiders. Yep.
Keaton will be followed by Alex Elaine, Noah Day, and David Rosales in the cleanup spot.
I think it's very important that Freiburg answer with at least 1 run here. Psychologically and on the scoreboard, it's very important.
Keaton falls behind on the count, 1-2. Two and two.
Tried to throw a little drop-down curve, didn't drop enough.
Ball 3.
Same pitch, didn't do it again. So he's not afraid to throw the curveball, that's for sure.
Payoff pitch, swing and a miss. Keaton goes down swinging. And the batter is Alex Elaine.
You just saw Keaton give Elaine a little bit of, couple of words of what to look for here, how it moves.
The pitch to Elaine. It's a called strike. And a major contrast between the two pitchers here in the first inning as Dean had trouble finding the plate. That is 0-2 now on Elaine. And Perry is not having any such problems so far. 0-2 the count to Elaine. It's a ball. Not sure where it missed.
Down low.
That's high, and it's 2-2. Well, he had Keaton 1-2 and went to 3-2. He had Elaine 0-2 and has gone to 2-2.
Make that 3-2. I think you can probably look for number one right here. He needs the strike. He doesn't want to walk him.
Yep. It is hit in the air. Center field. Almost in his tracks. Nolan Noyes has it for the out.
Well, he got what he was looking for. He just didn't give it the ride he wanted to. And now you can see Elaine giving Noah Day a little bit of what to look for here.
So Noah Day will stand in, the center fielder, number 15. And he takes a strike. First pitch strikes to all three of the Freiburg batters here in the bottom of the first inning.
Always a plus.
Woo. Swing and a miss.
He had Day fishing on that. It was not the pitch Day was looking for.
0-2. Hit in the air. It's base hit up the middle. Day gets a two-strike base hit to center.
Not the prettiest pitch to swing at, not the prettiest swing you'll see all day, but he got the job done. Got a base hit for Day up the middle.
So the Raiders have a base runner. We'll see if they run with 2 outs. David Rosales is the batter, moving up in the lineup from 5th to 4th today as Massey drops down to 6th. That's a
shot.
That's hit deep off the wall.
That'll score a
right
run.
Field. That's going to get a run home. Here comes Day all the way around. It's a stand-up RBI double for David Rosales.
I was just going to say, before that pitch was released, that David had a big-time double here on Tuesday that scored a run, and now he's done it again.
So the Raiders cut the deficit in half. It is a 2-1 game. And Brady Chappell will stand in with the tying run, standing out there in scoring position. 2 outs. That is hit deep to left. Going
That's
back.
deep.
It's gone. How about that? Brady Chappell. Well, you said they needed to score at least 1.
Well, they scored at least 1. Then you can add 2 to it. 3 on a home run by Chappell. 2-run blast. I knew that was gone the instant it left the bat.
And what looked like it was going to be a tough inning. The first 2 outs, Keaton struck out and Elaine flew to center. Since then, the single for Day, the double for Rosales, and now the home run for Brady Chappell. And the batter is Rich Massey. And he swings and misses. Strike
cut.
1.
Trying to back-to-back it there. And he has the power.
That is low for ball 1. That is low for ball 2. That is hit to center field, not deep. Noyes has that one for the 3rd out, and the inning is over. But what an inning for the Raiders.
What an inning indeed, Jeffrey.
They score 3. We've played 1, and Freiburg leads it 3-2.
Well, one thing that's going to do, Jeff, is that is going to put it in Cony's head that these guys can score.
Yeah.
And, they're looking at the runs scored by Freiburg in the last few games. They have not been scoring, profusely. But a home run here after driving in a run on the double, they find themselves down in a hole that they thought they were going to probably take the lead and hold it in this game. They've now been given notice that's not the case. This should be an interesting game.
We go to the top half of the second inning, and leading it off will be Drew Lindquist, the third baseman, lower third of the order. And Dean now pitching with a run lead. Starts him off with a strike.
And that is good to see.
Ball one. Well, he may have started out with a strike, but he's thrown too wide of the mark since. So it's now a 2-1 count to Lindquist. I started to say it's the bottom third of the order for the Rams here in the top of the second inning. That is hit on the ground, foul, past first.
2-2 count. No, the way Oliver Dean handles this inning, I think, is going to kind of set the tone for him for the rest of the game.
Swing and a miss. First strikeout for Dean. And Landon Perry, the pitcher, will stand in.
Well, you know, he'd like to get on base, give the batters behind him a chance to push him around.
That is hit in the air. Short right field coming over. Caught. It was caught.
That was
Blake
caught
got it.
by Blake.
Cam Blake got it. Connor Keaton was running with everything he had out to where the ball was, and he could not get to it. But Cam Blake comes in and makes the play, and it's out number 2 here in the second inning.
Nothing like seeing an outfielder lay out for it in a big game and make the play.
Davis Noyes, the right fielder, will stand in, hitting in the number 9 spot, and he swings and misses for strike one. Swing and a miss for strike two.
That had some heat on it. That may be the fastest pitch I've seen him throw.
It was not one that Noyes appeared to be able to catch up with.
No, he was nowhere near it.
The 0-2 pitch.
That's
Called
it.
Strike three.
1, 2, 3 straight pitches. What a great inning for Oliver Dean. That is huge. He is now walking back to the dugout saying, I got this. I can do this.
2 strikeouts in the inning. We've now played an inning and a half, and it is 3-2 Freiburg. Oliver Dean will lead it off for the Raiders as we go to the bottom of the second inning. He takes a called strike.
Nice pitch. Little breaker outside.
The 1-strike pitch. Called strike two.
I like the way that Perry mixes his pitches. He's got good command of at least 2 that I've seen. Ooh, tough pitch to take. Got a little lucky there.
The umpire felt the pitch was outside. 1-2 the count to Dean. That is hit on a line to center field. That's going to fall in and go up the gap.
That's a double easy.
Dean arounds first, heads for second base. And he is in there with a double. Another 2-strike hit for the Raiders.
What I like what I'm seeing here, other than the fact that Freiburg is showing some very, solid offense, is they are putting it in Cony's head that they can score runs. And that puts pressure on Cony to score runs of their own. And pressure is never a good thing.
Especially at this level. So Lubchansky's job is to get the ball to the right side. He takes a strike. Another first pitch strike from Perry. The pitch. That is hit into right field. And they're not going to try it.
No, I wouldn't either.
Davis Noyes over to make the play. Lubchansky hit it to the right side. Unfortunately, he hit it to the right fielder.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to try to dump that in there, and he got too much of it.
Cam Chappell will hit. So Dean remains at second base. There is now one out. And Chappell, the number 9 hitter, at the plate.
I do not look for Dean to be going anywhere.
That is high for a ball. Top of the order, and Connor Keaton on deck. Fakes the throw to second, and Morin was a little bit late getting over there.
Yeah, it almost looked like he wanted to throw the ball, and Morin was just a hair behind it.
Ball 2. The 2-0 pitch is high for ball 3. So it's the first 3-ball and no strike count for the Raiders today. I would expect Chappell will be taking all the way. He takes ball 4 as it's high. So there are now runners at first and second. That sets up the double play.
But you've also got the top of your order, guys that should be able to get the bat on the ball. And Connor Keaton struck out his first trip on a 3-2 count.
And we're going to have a conference at the mound as Connor Keaton stands in. Keaton was a strikeout victim in the first inning.
Yeah, so far I don't think this game is going according to Cony's game plan.
Well, certainly being behind would not be... And the sun has just come out.
Yes, very brightly off to our...
We have some clouds up there that have been obscuring the sun somewhat. Not the very sunny day that we had here back on Tuesday.
Yeah.
The runners lead away.
Coach Elaine giving signals from the third base box.
The pitch, ball 1. That's 5 straight pitches wide of the mark for Perry. Called strike.
Now, I think Keaton did the right thing there. Let him throw. He's thrown 5 straight balls. Make sure he can throw a strike.
I think at that point you're almost in a take a strike mode.
Yeah, I agree.
Even if it's not what you're supposed to do, it's in your head. Hit on the ground. Second baseman through his legs. That will get a run home. Into third base safely goes Chappell.
Dean scores.
It's an E4.
It certainly is.
And it scores Oliver Dean all the way from second and sends Chappell to third. Keaton winds up on first. And Alex Elaine with a chance to maybe break this thing open a little bit.
Not sure you can break a game open against Cony's offense, but boy, Elaine is in a position to do some damage here. The second baseman, I think he just took his eye off the ball looking to see where the runners were, and the next thing he knew, it was behind him.
Perry delivers, and it's away for a ball. Do you run Keaton here?
I'd think about it. I would definitely think about it.
There's only one out, so you're not going to take the bat out of Elaine's hand. And once again, he fakes the throw to third and then fakes the throw to first.
That's what Cony's thinking. They're thinking that Freiberg's going to get Keaton going, and they're trying to catch him in a rundown. A lot of things going through the pitcher's head right now. A lot to think about.
The set, the pitch is high for a ball.
And unfortunately, when you've got a lot to think about, that's what happens. You often throw pitches not where you want them.
And he is maybe overthrown a little bit those last 2 pitches. The 2-0 count is ball 3. So now I would fully expect Elaine to let this one go by. And now they're going to walk him.
Yeah, he's going to say he's standing there with the bat on his shoulders. Why not just send him?
So the bases are loaded for Noah Day, who singled to center and started the 3-run rally in the first inning. Bases loaded and 1 out. And I believe I would take a strike here. And he did. Good pitch by Perry to get ahead of a Day. Pitch.
Oof.
Swing and a miss.
That looks so good coming in, but it is so hard to hit up there.
And Day down on the count again. I believe he was down on the count 0-2 when he singled in the first inning.
I believe you're right.
Perry needs the strikeout here. Fouled back. Day gets a piece of it.
Staying alive.
We'll do it again, 0-2, as the runners lead away. Cam Chappell at third, Connor Keaton at second, and Alex Elaine at first. The pitch. Oh,
gets away.
But the bases are loaded. There's nothing you can do.
Nothing you can do.
So Day.
But the runner on third does have the choice to go. But it bounced in front of the catcher, so he really had no place to go.
So David Rosales, who doubled to left center field, knocking in a run in the first inning, it's up to him now with 2 outs and the bases loaded here in the second. That is hit to third base. He steps on the bag for the force out, and the inning is over.
Nice play by the third baseman there. That could have easily gone straight down the line all the way to the wall.
So the Raiders miss an opportunity as they have the bases loaded with just 1 out. They do get a run out of it. We have played 2 complete. It is 4-2 Freiburg. Here are some of the sponsors who make this broadcast possible. Wicked Fresh Craft Burgers, 19 Barnes Road in North Conway. Locally owned and family run, serving good, fresh food fast. Premier Rental Purchase, furniture and appliances to buy or rent to own from the people you know and trust. North Country Fair Jewelers, celebrating our 57th year as full-service jewelers on Main Street in North Conway. Valley Springs Car Wash, with 2 touchless car washes, 2 self-service bays, and 4 vacuum stations on Route 16 in Conway Village. Fiesta Jalisco Mexican Restaurant, a family restaurant on Route 16 in North Conway. Mexican specialties to eat in or take out. Intervale Stove Shop, a soft tub, hearth, and HVAC showroom on Route 16 in Intervale. Come home to comfort. Lake Region Energy, 389 Portland Street in Freiburg. The Service People, Delaney's Hole in the Wall Restaurant and Sports Tavern, Route 16 in North Conway, and at Delaney's.com. Cranmore Automotive Services, a full auto repair and service facility at 181 Kearsarge Road in North Conway. North Conway Incinerator Service on Horseshoe Drive in Center Conway, celebrating more than 45 years of business in the Mount Washington Valley. Chalmers Insurance Group, your local choice for trusted advice and sound coverage. Visit us at one of our local offices or online at chalmersinsurancegroup.com. The Met, Coffee House and Fine Art Gallery in North Conway Village and Settlers Green. Meet at the Met. Hastings Law Office, 376 Main Street in Freiburg, celebrating over 175 years of providing principled legal services. True North Veterinary Hospital on Route 302 in Bartlett, reminding you to make sure your pets are protected from fleas and ticks this and every season, and sponsoring the David Doc Walker Scholarship Fund. Cheese Louise, serving artisan grilled cheese sandwiches with a side of genuine hospitality that will make you feel right at home. White Mountain Overhead Doors, 183 Bridgeton Road in Freiburg. Garage doors, sales, service, and installation. Nestor's Kitchen and Bath. Cabinets, counters, installations, and design. Find us on Route 16 in Intervale and at nestorskitchenandbath.com. It'll be the top of the order for the Rams here in the third inning. Anderson Noyes doubled to center field to open the game and scored the first of 2 runs for the Rams in the top of the first inning. Ball 2. Popped foul backing out of play.
Working very quickly is Dean, just like he has in the past. He doesn't take a lot of time. Once he gets the ball back, he's ready to go.
The 2-1 pitch. Ball 3. Ball 4. So Noyes draws a leadoff walk, and for the second time in 3 innings, he is on base to lead off. That'll bring Parker Morin, who had an infield single, which you are calling an error on the first base. It was a pop-up that
should have been
Massey went back and should have caught it, but he did not, didn't touch it.
Errors of omission, errors of commission.
Exactly. 1-0 the count to Morin, and it is now 2-0.
We know Morin is a dangerous hitter. He's one of the best hitters in Class B.
And once again, Dean is having trouble with control. There he gets Morin to swing and miss. 2-1 the count. He had trouble in the first inning. Did not in the second inning. That is foul back. It is now a 2-2 count to Morin. But he has already walked the leadoff hitter here in the third. 2-2 pitch from Dean. Throw to second. And he gets in there. The ball gets away and rolls out into center field. I'm not sure whether Noyes was aware of that right off.
It would have been a gutsy effort to go to third. That ball didn't get all that far away.
So it's a stolen base for Noyes, and it's a full count to Morin. Ball 4.
At one point during the season, I know that fairly late in the season, Morin was hitting 600 with 1,000 slugging percentage. So walking him may not be the worst thing you could do.
Especially since first base now open. But Dean is in the same trouble he was in the first inning with runners at first and second and nobody out.
In fact, the same 2 runners at first and second.
The only difference was in the first inning, it was a double and a questionable single. This time, 2 walks. The batter is Nolan Noyes. He walked, load the bases in the first inning. He squares to bunt. Bunts it out in front, and nobody's going to get it.
Perfect bunt.
Chappell went to third, hoping that Dean was going to be able to field it and throw it there. But Dean could not get to it in time. It's a bunt single. And once again, the Rams have the bases loaded with nobody out, just like in the first inning, for Wyatt McKenney. Ball 1. McKenney flew out to left field in the first inning. It was not deep enough to get Noyes home from third. Swing and a miss.
Bases juiced with red and white uniforms.
And McKenney is the cleanup hitter. That is lined into center field right at Day. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is up the line, and the run scores. Now they want to appeal it at third, and he's safe. So he did not leave early. This time, Wyatt's fly ball, this time to center, scores a run as Noyes comes in from third.
And it's 4-3.
Max Tibbetts is the batter. Runners at first and second with one out. Tibbetts hit a sacrifice fly in the first inning. Scored the first run of the game. Dean. That is hit to second base. They get one at first. The throw back. Double play.
Nice.
One play by Massey.
Massey, best play I've seen him make all year. Beauty.
Massey fielded it, threw to second, and then hustled back to first base.
And Elaine threw that while Massey's back was still turned. Massey had to find the bag and find the ball.
And he did so. So the double play ends the inning. The Rams get a run. We've played 2.5 innings here, and it is 4-3 Freiburg. New pitcher for the Rams as we go to the home half of the third inning. Coach in no delay in terms of pulling the plug on Landon Perry. In the game will be number 15, Ben Allen, right-hander.
Well, I think Coach Pleward from Cony saw that Freiburg was having really no difficulty solving Perry. And it's like, okay, if I leave him in, they're probably going to keep right on doing what they're doing. So let's make a quick change.
And we're into the second time through the lineup. Always more of a challenge for the pitcher as the batter begins to have more of an advantage, having faced the pitcher once. Perry moves over to third base, replacing Lindquist. Check and see if there are any other changes. Meanwhile, Brady Chappell takes a strike. And Brady Chappell hit the 2-run homer to left that gave the Raiders the lead at 3-2 in that first inning, and that may be another reason for the pitching change right here. That is in the dirt. Ball one.
Also, it's the final game of the season. You pull all the plugs. There are no unavailables today.
All hands on deck. 2-1 to Chappell. And of course, we don't know the what the pitching pecking order is here for Cony. Who's their number one? Who's their number two?
Did they use their number one to get here? Therefore, start their number two. It's hard to say.
And whether if their number one pitched perhaps on Tuesday, is he available today?
Mm-hmm.
It's now a 2-2 count to Brady Chappell. Ball three. So Allen comes in and goes to a full count with the first batter he faces. 3-2 to Chappell. The payoff pitch. Ball four.
High and away.
So for the second inning in a row, the Raiders put the leadoff man on in an inning. And Rich Massey, who flew out to center field to end the first inning, will bat. Massey coming off a terrific defensive play to end the top of the third inning.
Absolute beauty.
And he takes a strike. No movement from Chappell. Throw over there, and they've got him in a rundown. Chappell running to second base, and he is out at second.
Yep. At first, I thought that throw was going to take a hop that might allow him to get in there, but no such luck. I'm a little surprised he didn't slide.
So there's now one out and nobody on. And the count is 1-1 to Massey. 2-1 as he takes one high.
That seemed to me like a very nonchalant steal. Didn't feel like there was a lot of aggressiveness to it. Big bouncer.
Second baseman plays the hop and throws wide, but
nice
gets
play
the out.
by the first baseman. I believe that's Tibbetts.
4-3 on the out, and Oliver Teen will stand in. He doubled to left center and scored what is the run that's the difference in the game right now, as the Raiders lead it 4-3.
That was a nice play by Tibbetts. Find that bag.
With Massey bearing down on him.
Indeed. And that is not insignificant.
One strike, the count to Dean. 1-1. Chase Lubchansky waits on deck.
And he retrieves the foul for the ump.
That is hit on the ground slowly to second base. McKinney throws him out. And 3 up and sort of 3 down following the pickoff. First inning that the Raiders have not scored. And we've played 3 complete. It is 4-3 Freiburg. To the 4th inning we go. Lance Theriot, Drew Lindquist, Landon Perry, the scheduled hitters. That is hit up the middle and into center field for a base hit.
First pitch swinging.
Theriot grounded out to the third baseman to end the first inning. He's now 1 for 2. The scheduled hitter is Drew Lindquist, who was the starting third baseman, and I don't know if that's number 3 or not.
It's 15.
It's 15. So that is the new pitcher,
Ben Allen.
Ben Allen. And he hits it foul. So the count is 1-1 to Allen. Runner at first, nobody out. He bunts it, foul. So now 2 strikes on Allen. See if they have him bunting. They have him squaring to bunt with 2 outs to throw to first. And Theriot easily back.
Yeah, he's not straying very far.
He represents the tying run in this game.
It's a
that
good bunt.
Is bunted out in front of the plate. Dean throws to first to get the out, and the sacrifice works. Gutsy bunting with 2 strikes.
Yep. That means he's a good bunter, and they have faith in him. That's a big advancement. Puts a runner in scoring position, tying run, scoring position.
And that should bring Landon Perry, number 14, to the plate. He
High
pops
pop-up.
it up on the infield. Alain's calling for it near the pitcher's mound, and he has it.
That is so difficult for those watching at home that didn't really play a lot of baseball or played outfield. As you're coming in as the shortstop there, and you're watching that ball, and you're coming in, you can't take your eyes off it. And all of a sudden, you're running uphill onto the mound. That is so disconcerting because you're not expecting it. It throws off everything, and Alain did that perfectly.
We have a pinch hitter here. It is number 16, Josh LaJoy, who is hitting for Davis Noyes, the starting right fielder. And he hits it to shortstop. Alain, long throw, got him! Long throw.
Very
from Alex
long
Elaine.
throw.
6-3 on the putout. We have now played 3.5 innings. That would be half of a 7-inning game.
It would.
And it is still 4-3 in favor of Freiburg. Chase Lubanski will start it off here in the home half of the 4th inning, and he takes a strike. Lubchansky, the designated hitter, flew out to right field in the 2nd inning. Raiders looking to build on a 4-3 lead here in the 4th. That is hit. Shortstop.
Morin.
He might have been able to make that play, had time, would have been throwing it from the outfield grass, but instead it's an E6.
Yep.
And Lubchansky is on. 3rd inning in a row that the Raiders have put the leadoff batter on. Last inning, unfortunately, he got caught stealing, was picked off. Cam Chappell is the batter.
Uncharacteristic error from Morin.
So a runner at first and nobody out, and we're going to have a pinch runner.
It's number 3.
As Cam Blake will run for Lubchansky. And I don't know if that means that Lubchansky is out as the designated hitter and Blake will be the DH the next time that spot in the batting order comes up. We'll just have to wait and see.
Chappell walked, made it as far as 2nd, back in the 2nd inning.
As they had the bases loaded with 1 out in that 2nd inning, but could not push another run across.
Going.
Bunt. Sacrifice is going to work. Cam Chappell with the sacrifice bunt.
Nice bunt.
1-3 on the play. And there's a runner in scoring position with 1 out for Connor Keaton. Keaton is 0 for 2, struck out in the 1st and reached on an error by the 2nd baseman in the 2nd inning. Cam Blake, the runner at 2nd. Keaton takes a ball.
That is the first time Keaton has been up in the count today.
Raiders trying to push across an insurance run here in the 4th. Called strike.
Mm.
1-2 the count. And the official scorer has given Lubchansky a hit on that misplay by the shortstop.
I'm not impressed with this official score, Jeff, to be perfectly honest with you.
Well, he bobbled the ball. I think the assumption they're making is that Lubchansky would have beaten it out, but I'm
agree.
not so sure of that.
I can't be 100% sure he'd have beaten that out. I mean, just earlier, before that, Elaine threw out somebody in an exactly similar play.
He's out. They got him.
Yep, he's out.
They got Blake leading the wrong way. And there's now 2 outs with nobody on for Keaton, and he is down in the count 1-2.
That is borderline inexcusable. It's what gives coaches gray hairs.
A pitch outside, ball 2. Alex Elaine waits on deck.
Full count.
3-2 to Keaton. 2 outs and nobody on. Home half of the 4th inning, Raiders holding on to a 4-3 lead. Payoff pitch.
It's fair.
In front of the plate, fair. Pitcher pounces on it and throws him out. So Keaton grounds out 1-3 to end the inning. We have played 4 complete now. Raiders holding on to that 4-3 lead. Here are some of the sponsors who make this broadcast possible. Knapp's Pest Control, a full-service Maine pest control company licensed to treat for all kinds of insects and wildlife. J&J Floor Covering on Route 302 in Redstone. Quality you can stand on. Tuckerman Brewing Company, craft beer and brick oven pizza 7 days a week at 66 Hobbs Street in Conway. Western Maine Glass on Bridgeton Road in Freiburg, your hometown full-service auto and home glass shop. Osgood's Engine and Automotive, 330 Bridgeton Road in Freiburg, specializing in all outdoor equipment and automotive repairs. Luchador Tacos on the Strip in North Conway, fresh Californian Mexican-style food made to order with vegan and gluten-free options available. Freiburg Dental Center on Portland Street in Freiburg, striving to serve our community with pride, integrity, and excellence. Scarecrow Tavern, a restaurant and sports bar on Route 16 and 302 in Intervale, delicious homemade comfort food for the whole family. Trumbull's Hardware, your one-stop hardware store on Portland Street in Freiburg. The Lobster Trap Restaurant on West Side Road in North Conway. Since 1982, the Cuccio family has been serving up traditional seafood and Italian specialties, including the Italian seafood platter, a favorite for over 25 years. The Lobster Trap also features fresh-cut sirloin steaks. They're open daily for lunch and dinner, with a takeout menu as well as early bird and daily specials. And the Lobster Trap is owned and operated by Kennett alumni, proud to sponsor our local student athletes.
Excitement over on the softball field that backs up to us here, Jeff. It's been a lot of yelling and screaming in the last 10 minutes or so. So my guess is they've got a barn burner going over there. Earlier today, Madomic defeated Gardner for the Class B softball championship.
For the third time in this game, it'll be the top of the order. Leading it off for the Rams and Anderson Noyes. He has singled and walked and scored twice. He's stolen a base. The one-strike pitch.
A little low.
Ball 1. Ball 2. Well, the Rams have scored in the odd-numbered innings when Anderson Noyes has led off.
Yep.
They scored a couple in the first and one in the third. And here we are again, and that is hit foul past first. So it is 2-2, the count to Noyes.
Apparently they call Anderson Noyes Woody, because Anderson's a little unusual as a first name, so always get nicknames out of that sort of thing. And I hear a lot of kids yelling Woody.
No sport is better at nicknames than baseball.
Correct.
Called strike 3.
I don't think that's what Noyes was looking for there, and big strikeout to lead this inning off for Oliver Dean.
That is 3 strikeouts. Did you just say that?
I didn't, so you can.
I wasn't paying attention.
Nobody listens to me. This is Parker Morin.
Oh, don't make me cough. Don't make me laugh.
This is Parker Morin stepping in.
He is 1 for 1 on infield single in the first inning, and he is up in the count 2-0. He walked in the third. The Rams loaded the bases with nobody out in the first and the third innings. And that's ball 3 away. Perhaps they are pitching carefully to Morin.
I would.
Called strike.
Got a strike on him there.
Morin looked like he would have offered at that if he'd liked it better.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He was not taking all the way.
I'm willing to bet he may have had it. Uh-oh.
Hit to center. Noah Day going back.
Got it.
He's got it. He was hesitant at first. He looks like he might have taken a step in and then headed back.
It's natural to do that. But
particularly on a ball hit right at you.
Yeah, you really can't hit it any further in this ballpark and keep it in the ballpark. If that goes to left or to right, it's gone. Center, you've got an extra 5, 6, maybe 10 feet, and that made all the difference.
2 outs here in the 5th inning for Nolan Noyes. He is 1 for 1. Walked in the 1st inning to load the bases and had a bunt single in the 3rd inning to load the bases. I think we can safely say this time, whatever he does, it will not load the bases.
Safely say that.
No balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, it's the first time he's come to the plate with nobody on or with outs. He's had a good day as far as that's concerned.
Oh,
I'm not sure where that
Dean
was, and neither
one.
is Oliver Dean. Yeah, Dean's not happy with that call.
1-2 the count to a Nolan Noyes. The 1-2 pitch.
That's a strike.
3. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Oliver Dean. We have now played 4.5, and it is still Freiburg 4 and Cony 3. To the bottom half of the 5th inning we go, and Alex Allain will lead it off. Allain is 0 for 1, flew out to center in the 1st inning and walked in the 2nd. Ben Allen delivers a ball. Allen came in to start the 3rd inning.
First time he's faced Allain.
Ball 2. He has done his job since he came in.
Yes.
A walk and an error put a man on base with nobody out in each of the 2 innings that he started so far, but each one of them was erased on the base paths. That is chopped towards the Cony dugout.
That's as close as we've come to getting a ball up here in 2 games.
Yeah, a nice little hop on that.
Yeah,
would come right up here
right
to
in front
us.
of us.
I'd love to say I was ready, but probably wasn't.
No.
2-1, the count to Allain. Ball 3 outside.
Now this is an interesting situation. 3-1, nobody on, nobody out. Allain's your best power hitter. Do you cut him loose here? I do.
Let's see. They do, and he fists it on the air in the infield.
He got what he wanted. He took his swing. He just didn't get the pitch on the bat.
So he pops up to second base for the first out, and Noah Day will stand in. Day is 1 for 2, singled to center and scored a run in the 1st inning and struck out in the 2nd. He struck out in the 2nd inning with the bases loaded. The 1-strike pitch. Is high for a ball. Raiders could use some insurance.
Oh, could
they lead
ever?
by 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. That is punched into short left field, but going back is the shortstop, Morin, and puts it away.
That's just good range there. Those are football skills he just showed there, as he, I believe, is a running back receiver, and he just curled under it and found it.
David Rosales is the batter. He is 1 for 2, doubled to left, knocking in a run and scoring a run in the 1st inning, and he grounded out.
That's a hit.
To the 3rd baseman, unassisted on a fielder's choice.
Comes
in
up
the
with a single.
In the 2nd inning. So that single, his second hit on the day, but it comes with 2 outs. Brady Chappell is the batter. Chappell is 1 for 1. A 2-run homer to left in the first inning, and they're going to talk about how they might want to pitch to him. He also walked in the third.
Well, with first base not open, they aren't going to walk him, so they're going to have to pitch to him carefully. But he has already burned them today to the tune of the lead in this game.
They may also be talking about what Rosales might do at first base. We have seen him run this year.
Maybe, but I don't think you're going to see him run here, because if you do, it takes the bat out of Chappell's hands. And then they can walk him.
Leading off in the next inning as opposed to having an opportunity to do more damage here in this inning with a runner on base.
I will be very surprised if Rosales runs.
The pitch is a called strike. Oh and 1 the count to Chappell. Called strike 2.
Ooh, tough call.
So now do you run Rosales?
No.
Called strike 3. Brady Chappell goes down on 3 strikes. And the inning is over. The Raiders leave a runner on once again. We have played 5 complete. It is 4-3 Freiburg. Here are some of the sponsors who make this broadcast possible. Diane Rio State Farm Insurance. On Route 16 in Conway, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Silver Lake Home Center, a full-service home center on Route 113 in Silver Lake. American-made, American values. Black Cap Grill in Settlers Crossing, right between LL Bean and REI. Come hungry, bring a friend. Conway Scenic Railroad, now open year-round in North Conway Village, offering a variety of heritage railroad excursions the whole family will enjoy. Minuteman Press in North Conway and on the web at minuteman.com. Napa MWV, your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores at 738 Eastman Road in Redstone and 285 Main Street in Freiburg. Big Dave's Bagels and Deli, winner of the best bagels in the state of New Hampshire, 8 years running in the WMUR TV Viewers' Choice Poll. North Country Dental, with offices in North Conway and Gorham. We'd love to make your smile. Pinkham Real Estate, now Washington Valley's independent local experts, leading you home since 1963 and proud to sponsor our local student athletes. Craig L. Holden, attorney at law, with offices at 1107 Main Street in Freiburg. The Lobster Trap Restaurant, seafood, steaks, Italian on West Side Road in North Conway. Crest Auto World on Route 302 in Redstone. It's a great day at Crest. Field Electric on Level Road in Freiburg. Full-service electrical contractors, including Generac generators and Mitsubishi heat pumps. Milford Flooring, just a mile north of North Conway Village on Route 16 and 302 in Intervale, specializing in flooring products and installation. Flatbread Company, serving up wood-fired pizzas in North Conway since 2001, and now at our new location on Route 16 next to Delaney's Hole in the Wall. Diesel Works, heavy equipment and truck repair, Bad Boy mowers and tractors on East Conway Road in Center Conway. Settlers Green, celebrating 6 new store openings this spring, including Ultra Beauty and Lululemon. Vino's Specialty Foods and Meats, a family-owned butcher shop with fresh-cut meats and gourmet to go on Route 16 in North Conway.
Now, Oliver Dean has thrown 74 pitches through 5 innings. That's an average of about 15 pitches an inning. That's actually pretty low, so his pitch count isn't bad. He has had a couple of really short innings, and that's made the difference.
given up just the 4 hits. And one of them was a bunt single, and 2 of them were the first 2 batters of the game.
Yep.
He's given up only 2 hits since then. And one of those was a bunt single.
And one of those was an error.
All right.
This is a big inning for Cony. They have to do something here. They do not want to wait.
It'll be the middle of the order here as we go to the top half of the 6th inning. Wyatt McKinney, Max Tibbetts, and Lance Terrio. McKinney is 0 for 1, and he takes strike 2. McKinney flew out to left in the 1st inning and hit a sacrifice fly to center in the 3rd, knocking in a run.
And that was the last run in the game.
Nobody done scored since then. The 0-2 pitch from Dean. Popped foul back and out of play. We'll do it again. 0-2. That is lined into center field. Coming in is Day, playing him almost perfectly for the out.
Initially, it looked like that ball might die as it cleared the infield, but it hung up long enough for Day to cruise in and pick it off roughly thigh level.
And if Day had been playing much deeper, he would not have been able to do that.
Concur.
Max Tibbetts is the batter. He had a sacrifice fly and a run batted in the 1st inning, and then hit into a 3-6-3 double play to end the 3rd.
That 3-6-3 double play looms really big in this game.
Terrific
it just
play on that.
Ended the Cony threat that inning.
Yep. They had already scored 1 run on the inning.
Yep.
That's a ball. 1-1 the count to Tibbetts.
Just low.
2-1 the count to Tibbetts. 1 out and nobody on here in the 6th. Called strike. And it's a 2-2 count now to Tibbetts. Dean sets the 2-2 pitch. Hit on the ground. Here comes Elaine,
yes.
Throws him out. Elaine with another nice play at short.
He has been so solid at short all season long.
Lance Terrio, the batter. He is 1 for 2, grounded out to the 3rd baseman in the 1st inning and then singled to center in the 4th. And he takes a strike. Hit in the air.
Should be
right
an easy
field.
out.
Blake, whoa, had to reach up at the end at the last minute to find it, but he did.
So,
and the
3 outs to go for both Freiburg and Cony.
So it is a 1-2-3 inning. Sorry, I just got distracted listening to the other TV guys. I had to check what he had just said. Dean has retired 9 in a row.
Yes, he has.
We have played 5.5. It is 4-3 Freiburg. To the home half of the 6th inning we go. It'll be the 6, 7, and 8 batters for the Raiders, starting with Rich Massey, who takes ball 1. Massey's 0 for 2, flew out to center field in the 1st inning and grounded out to 2nd in the 3rd. Ball 2.
Massey gets aboard, you can almost guarantee a pinch runner.
This late in the game, definitely.
Yep.
The 2-0 count. That is hit to right field down the line. If it's fair, it's trouble.
Foul.
It's a foul ball.
By about 1.5 feet. Nice idea. He saw a lot of grass out there in right field and almost dropped it down.
No chance for Noyes out there
None.
in right field to get to that. But it's just a long foul ball and a 2-1 count to Massey.
Did it get him? Yes, it did.
Massey gets hit by a pitch, and he is on leading off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. I expect we will see a pinch runner.
I would expect
and
so.
my guess is it will be...
Yep.
No, it's going to be Lubchansky. No, it's going to be Oliver Olaco. That's exactly who I thought it would be.
Number 17.
So Oliver Olaco will run for Massey at first base. Try not to get yourself picked off here.
Yep.
Which
and
has
try
happened
not to get yourself hurt because you may end up having to pitch next inning.
Although I would suspect they would bring in Chester at this stage. The batter is Oliver Dean. He is 1 for 2. Doubled to left center and scored a run. He bunts it out to the pitcher. The throw to first
It's
is
over.
high. Gets away. The runners will move up. Dean into second base. And
he's going to hold him up.
Olaco took a wide turn at third base. So it's a throwing error.
We've got some discussion here, and I think I know why. I think they're saying if that ball got stuck down there, it's an extra base, and he should score.
Did it get stuck?
I couldn't see from here. All I know is it took forever for it to get back into the infield. And
All
I think
four
that's
of the
exactly
umpires
what
are discussing it.
I think that's exactly what Coach Elaine wants. I think he wanted to send Olaco.
The batter is Chase Lubchansky, who is the designated hitter. He is 0 for 2.
And Coach Elaine is not happy.
Flew out to right and reached on an error by the shortstop.
I understand his frustration here. I wish I could have seen exactly what happened to that ball. I mean, he had a good view of it. But he was told that he couldn't advance past third, and I think Coach Elaine was trying to send him to go.
So Olaco is on third, and the pinch runner, Olaco is on third, and Dean is on second base, and the batter is Chase Lubchansky. Do you squeeze here? Nobody out.
No, I'm looking for a fly ball.
Lubchansky, the hitter. The pitch is popped up, foul, and out of play. 0-1 the count. Cam Chappell waits on deck. And then we would go to the top of the order.
Oof.
Just got a piece of it. And quickly, Lubchansky is down in the count, 0-2.
He was hanging out with Freddie Apt there, girls softball coach, going some deep sea fishing.
The infield is in on the grass all the way around. They will throw home on anything that is hit directly to them. Lubchansky just needs to get the bat on the ball here.
But it's not a force, so they don't have to go.
That's high for a ball. One and two the count. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss.
Big out.
So Allen gets the first out of the inning. The runners remain at second and third. Cam Chappell is the batter. He is 0 for, he's actually has not had an official trip to the plate. He walked in the second inning and had a sacrifice bunt in the fourth.
2 plate appearances,
Do
no
you
at
bunt
bats.
him here?
I still look for a fly ball.
And now they have to chase the runner, Dean, back to second base. There wasn't anybody there because the infield is all in.
Yeah, Dean can take a huge lead here as long as he pays attention.
As long as they don't bring the center fielder.
I was just going to say, and somebody
in
in the dugout should be watching that center fielder.
That's a called strike. Chappell did not like the call. That's a ball.
Anything
Gets
but
away,
the strikeout
but,
here. Anything but
nice
the strikeout.
play by Noyes to keep it in front of him. 1-1 the count to Chappell. Allen looks in. Throws. High for ball 2. First base is open. And that would set up the double play. But I think Allen would rather get him and make it 2 outs and make it a lot easier to get out of the inning.
Yep. The last place you want him is at first base.
Foul back. 2-2 the count. And Allen 1 strike away from getting the second out in the inning. The runners lead off from second and third.
Just get the bat on the ball here. Do anything with it, just get the bat on the ball.
So easy to say.
Yes.
The 2-2 pitch coming.
Got a piece.
He
Stayed
got a
alive.
piece of it. And you'll get to look at another 2-2 pitch.
Yeah, from here on out, it doesn't matter if you foul it, if you hit it fair. Just get the bat on the ball. Don't let the umpire make the decision. Don't miss the pitch.
Here we go again. 2-2 to Cam Chappell. Runners lead away. The pitch is called strike 3.
And it sure looked like a strike from up here.
Ben Allen strikes out Lubchansky and Chappell with 2 runners in scoring position. And now he just needs to face Connor Keaton with 2 outs. The infield can play back.
Far and away the biggest
0 for 3 today.
Far and away the biggest at bat of Connor Keaton's baseball career to this point.
He's struck out, reached on an error, and grounded out. That is hit in the air on the infield. Second baseman McKenney has it, and the Cony Rams get out of trouble. Terrific pitching job by Ben Allen.
Yep.
With runners on second and third and nobody out, and the Raiders squander the opportunity. We'll see if it comes back to haunt them. We have played 6 innings. Top of the 7th coming. Last chance for the Rams. They trail it 4-3.
Here are some of the sponsors who make this broadcast possible. Badger, Peabody, and Smith Realty. With local offices in North Conway and Jackson, and on the web at badgerpeabodysmith.com. Service you deserve, people you trust. Mount Washington Valley Customs. Full-service repairs and pre-owned car and truck sales at 545 Eastman Road in Redstone. Dairy Queen in Glen. Lucy, Brian, and Leilani have sold the DQ on the Strip, but they're still serving up your favorite DQ food and treats at Dairy Queen in Glen. The Bike Shop on the North-South Road in North Conway. New and used bicycle sales and service. Conway Stove Company and the Chimney Man. On Route 16 in Conway, the higher the chimney, the closer we are to heaven. White Mountains Community College, with over 40 programs of study and campuses in Berlin and Littleton. Freiburg Kitchen and Market, a restaurant and raw bar on Route 302 in Freiburg, where the menu theme changes every week. Infinger Insurance, home, auto, and business insurance, with offices at 1205 Eastman Road in North Conway. White Mountain Oil and Propane, 2820 White Mountain Highway in North Conway, always there for you. Sherwin-Williams in the Surefine Plaza in Conway. The pros know, ask Sherwin-Williams. Bees Cafe, open Thursday through Monday and serving breakfast and lunch all day in the Conway Marketplace. Profile Subaru on Route 16 in Conway. We'll give you more than a better deal. We'll give you a better dealer. NCD Skin,
part of North Country Dental in North Conway and Gorham. The right touch of health, beauty, and science. Country Cabinets, etc. Your kitchen and bath source for the Mount Washington Valley on the East Conway Road and on the web at countrykabinetsetc.com. LVO's Pizzeria on Route 16 in North Conway. Free delivery. You ring-a, we bring-a. Porter Office Machines Corporation on Route 16 in North Conway, serving the Mount Washington Valley for 66 years. Gamwell Caputo Kelch & Company. Since 1970, a fixture in the Mount Washington Valley, providing dependable tax and accounting services. Atlantic Pool and Spa on Route 16 in North Conway. Pools, saunas and hot tubs, sales and service. Here we go. Top half of the 7th inning. Ben Allen will lead it off. He had a sacrifice bunt in the 4th inning. No official trip to the plate. Oliver Dean still on the mound. He's gone 6 innings. He's given up 4 hits. And the first pitch is low for a ball. Allen's job is just get on base.
Yes. Any way you can. Turn your shoulder into a high fastball. Do anything.
And now it's 2-0.
Or let Oliver Dean put you on with a walk.
This is where the nerves take their toll.
That's
and
gift
Dean gets
strike.
the 2-0 pitch over for called strike.
That looked like a gift strike to me.
See if he can do that again. 2-1 the count. Foul back.
Back to 2-2.
Dean psyching himself up. Throws. Foul back. Allen stays alive. Protecting the plate. Dean, 2-2 again. Foul back again.
This is baseball at its best, Jeff. Batter versus pitcher.
7th
Critical
inning in a
moment.
1-run game.
Yep.
Hit in the air. Coming
That's
on
tough.
in right field. Coming on. And making the play is Blake.
That was a tough catch for Blake. He had to come a long way. And he's looking semi into the sun.
So 1 out in the 7th. The scheduled hitter is Landon Perry, number 14.
He was hit for
and
last
we're gonna
time
have
by
a
Lenoy.
pinch hitter. Number 12 is Grady Fuller. A left-handed batter. So 1 out in the 7th.
Interesting choice, left-handed batter to pinch hit against a left-handed pitcher.
The pitch, called strike.
Straight up.
Foul backing out of play into the trees behind us.
0-2.
To the pinch hitter, Fuller. Don't give him something to hit.
Up high.
Tried to get him to swing at that high fastball, and Fuller was having none of it.
Good,
1
makes him
and
a
2
good
the
hitter.
count. Swing and a miss!
2 down.
That's 5 strikeouts on the afternoon for Oliver Dean, and it's all up to Josh LaJoy, number 16, who's playing right field now. He has struck out and grounded to short. Dean sets, pitches, ball 1.
Ooh.
Well, he fell behind Allen 2-0 and came back and got him. Called strike.
1-1.
And Dean just cannot wait to throw the ball again. Getting it back and just getting rid of it. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. You can't get too excited.
No, just do your job.
Sometimes you have to take a deep breath. That is hit on the ground.
That's a
Chappell at third, throws it, and it's not. It's dropped at first base. Chappell threw it into the dirt, and Massey couldn't hold it. E5, and that'll bring the top of the order. Anderson Noyes to the plate. He has been on base twice and has scored twice. Doubled and scored in the first inning. Walked and scored in the third and struck out in the fifth. And we have a pinch runner, number 6, Colton Colby, will run for LaJoy at first. He represents the tying run with 2 outs.
double walk and a strikeout for Noyes today.
Called strike. The set, the pitch, high for ball 1. Rosales had to go up and get it, and he did.
And Colby was on the move. It was a fake on the move, but he was showing some go.
And now Noyes talking with his coach. The 1-1 pitch. Called strike 2.
1 strike away.
Dean walking around the mound. I think he's just trying to stay a little bit calm.
It's not
staying
easy.
within himself. The 1-2 pitch.
Low.
2-2.
He kind of overthrew that one. Just stay calm. Get it done. Don't push.
2-2. Hit in the air. It is the left fielder, Chappell.
Puts it
He's
away!
got it! And the Raiders are state champs!
"43 years since the Raiders have done the championship dance on the infield."
And they are doing it right now. They score 3 runs in the first inning and 1 in the second and make it stand up almost the same as back on Tuesday when they scored 1 in the first,
Very much so.
3 in the second, and made those stand up for a 4-3 win. They make it stand up today for a 4-3 win, and they are the champions.
They are indeed. You know, I was talking with someone just last night, and they said, you're going to need a tremendous pitching performance from whoever takes the mound for Freiburg. We got that today from Oliver Dean. He struggled in the first inning. That was really the only inning that he truly struggled. He had the bases loaded a little later, but he got out of it. That first inning, once he got over the jitters, the adrenaline rush of that first inning, he pitched a great game.
I would say this is kind of the definition of a gutsy performance.
Yep.
He did scatter 4 hits. An error was committed behind him there in that 7th inning. He walked 1-2 back-to-back in the 3rd inning. He struck out 5, 2 each in the 2nd and the 5th, and 1 in the 7th.
Yep.
And he was able to get outs when he needed to get them.
Cony's vaunted offense just didn't come to St. Joe's College today.
And
I didn't see it.
Part of that is that they faced a lot of teams, Cony did, that may not have been, shall we say, up to snuff. And I don't mean to take anything away from their record and the number of runs they scored. But you could see it in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. The last 2 games, 2-1 over Mount Desert Island.
Yep.
And then it was 4-2 over Herman.
Yep.
So
and
they
Herman
had trouble in those games. And they had trouble today facing a good pitcher.
And we know that Leavitt was a very good team who they lost to, and Monmouth Academy, who they lost to 12-11, won a state championship today as well.
In Class C.
You're looking at a very, very good team that did not win today. But Freiburg Academy got the job done. That's all you have to say. They came here with a purpose, and they fulfilled it.
Final score 4-3 as Freiburg beats Cony to win the state Class B championship, and we will be back with the winners presentation after this. Here are some of the sponsors who make this broadcast possible. Wicked Fresh Craft Burgers, 19 Barnes Road in North Conway, locally owned and family run, serving good, fresh food fast. Premier Rental Purchase, furniture and appliances to buy or rent to own from the people you know and trust. North Country Fair Jewelers, celebrating our 57th year as full-service jewelers on Main Street in North Conway. Valley Springs Car Wash, with 2 touchless car washes, 2 self-service bays, and 4 vacuum stations on Route 16 in Conway Village. Fiesta Jalisco Mexican Restaurant, a family restaurant on Route 16 in North Conway. Mexican specialties to eat in or take out. Intervale Stove Shop, a soft tub, hearth, and HVAC showroom on Route 16 in Intervale. Come home to comfort. Lake Region Energy, 389 Portland Street in Freiburg. The Service People, Delaney's Hole in the Wall Restaurant and Sports Tavern, Route 16 in North Conway, and at Delaney's.com. Cranmore Automotive Services, a full auto repair and service facility at 181 Kearsarge Road in North Conway. North Conway Incinerator Service on Horseshoe Drive in Center Conway, celebrating more than 45 years of business in the Mount Washington Valley. Chalmers Insurance Group, your local choice for trusted advice and sound coverage. Visit us at one of our local offices or online at chalmersinsurancegroup.com. The Met, Coffee House and Fine Art Gallery in North Conway Village and Settlers Green. Meet at the Met. Hastings Law Office, 376 Main Street in Freiburg, celebrating over 175 years of providing principled legal services. True North Veterinary Hospital on Route 302 in Bartlett, reminding you to make sure your pets are protected from fleas and ticks this and every season, and sponsoring the David Doc Walker Scholarship Fund. Cheese Louise, serving artisan grilled cheese sandwiches with a side of genuine hospitality that will make you feel right at home. White Mountain Overhead Doors, 183 Bridgeton Road in Freiburg. Garage doors, sales, service, and installation. Nestor's Kitchen and Bath, cabinets, counters, installations, and design. Find us on Route 16 in Intervale and at nestorskitchenandbath.com.
To begin the awards presentation, we would ask Cony head coach John Plur and his assistants, Brenna Loico, Earl Kingsbury, Andrew Kibler, Danny Norris, Jordan Benedict, and Eli Besselman to please come forward to assist with the presentation. The individual awards for Cony began with freshman Merlin Noyes.
Nope, we're good.
Freshman Davis Noyes.
I could barely hear this on.
Sophomore Ben Allen. Sophomore Chris Karaganis. Sophomore Colton Colby.
Okay, I'll put you back in.
Sophomore Drew Lindquist. Junior Josh LaJoy. Junior Landon Berry. Junior Liam Chamberlain. Junior Anderson Noyes. Senior Brady Fuller. Senior Parker Mullen. Senior Lance Terrio. Senior Wyatt McKinney. Senior Max Tibbetts. Senior David Fry. Would the Cony captains please come forward? On behalf of the Maine Principals Association and tournament sponsor Hammond Lumber Company, it is our pleasure to present this plaque, symbolic of the 2026 Class B State Baseball Runners-Up. Congratulations to Coach Floyd and the Cony Reds. And now to present the award to the Raiders of Freiburg Academy, we would ask head coach Greg Elaine. The individual awards for Freiburg Academy begin with manager William McIntyre. Freshman Ryan True. Freshman Nick Elaine. Freshman Jack York. Sophomore Brady Egan. Sophomore Michael Logan. Sophomore Finn Williams. Sophomore Oliver Dean. Sophomore Cody Roblet. Sophomore Wyatt Eastman. Junior Colin Chester. Oliver Alonco. Junior Chase Rubchansky. Junior Connor Keaton. Junior Cameron Chapel. Senior Richard Massey. Camden Blake. Senior Alex Elliott. And now, would the Freiburg Academy captains please come forward? On behalf of the Lake Association and Hammond Lumber Company, we would like to present this plaque, symbolic of the 2026
champions. They held one of the best offenses in the state all year long to just 4 hits tonight. Final line score.
And that is one happy bunch of Freiburg Raiders running around, about to run around with the trophy.
They are ready to carry that gold glove, Jeff.
And they have something to truly be proud of.
They do indeed. This is a team that almost made it last year. They came up just a bit short. They had a job to do. They wanted to finish up, and they did it.
And they will now run out to center field, where people will take pictures of the team in front of the scoreboard.
But this is team time. Now, having been a coach, I can tell you, this is team moment out there by themselves, and the coaches will be out there joining them in a minute, but this is for themselves, just that brief moment that they can share right now and share forever.
And we can recap a little bit of the game. It did not look good after the top of the first inning.
No, it did
as
not.
The Cony Rams scored a couple of runs. They loaded the bases with nobody out, and they were just threatening to begin scoring the 11.5 runs per game.
Yeah, we thought we were seeing the beginning of the
year.
Cony offensive onslaught that really I think everybody expected to happen. And after those 2 runs, Oliver Dean settled down, and he held them to 1 run for the rest of the game.
The Raiders came right back in the home half of the
huge.
first inning. We talked about, you talked about, how important it would be to score a run, at least.
Just one. At least stay in the game with them. And they did that, and then all of a sudden, they got another runner on, and Brady Chappell put one over the left field fence to give them a 3-2 lead.
With 2 outs, Noah Day singled to center, David Rosales doubled to left, knocking in the run, and then Brady Chappell, as you said, hit one over the wall, the higher wall, we should point out.
It is a much higher wall. I'd say that wall is close to 20 feet. And,
Two-run homer made it a 3-2 game, and they never trailed.
No.
They got another run in the bottom of the second to go up 4-2. Oliver Dean led off with a double, and came around, and I've forgotten, did he come around on the error?
Yes, I believe
there was an error. And
I'd have to go back and look. I'm looking at the first inning to see how many batters came up before Freiburg lost the lead, and it was all of 4. So after 4 batters, Freiburg had lost the lead. They get it back. They never give it up again, ever.
Exactly. So in that second inning, run scores on the error after the double by Dean. That's all the runs that they had, but it's all the runs that they needed. Dean gave up a run in the third to make it 4-3, but that was it. He scattered 4 hits. I say scattered. He gave up just 4 hits, but 2 of them came in the first inning on the first 2 batters.
Yep.
So after that.
And one of those is not, is questionable at best.
Yeah, that's the pop-up
that's the pop-up that didn't get caught that should have, and they might not have even scored any runs in that inning had that get caught.
And after that, a bunt single for Nolan Noyes in the third inning, and a single to center by Lance Terrio in the fourth inning were the only hits they had. If it had not been for the error in the 7th inning, Dean would have retired the last 12 men he faced. So,
the last base runner would have been in the 4th.
And that would have been following the Terrio single, a a sacrifice bunt sent him to second base, but
what we saw today was not what we expected to see. We saw Cony jump out to the lead everybody thought was going to happen. What they didn't do and what they didn't count on was a 2-run home run by Brady Chappell to put them down after 1 inning. And I think it just kind of shocked them, and they never played Cony baseball after that. That was my gut feeling on the whole game.
Whatever it was, the Raiders come away with the win, 4-3. They are state champions.
And we're always so proud of the Freiburg Academy Raiders. Any sport, any season that they advance, we're proud of them whether they advance or not, whether they make the playoffs or not. But when they get to a point like this and are able to raise that championship trophy, it means so much to a small school and a small Western Maine community.
Thank you very much for joining us. For my partner, Rick West, our videographers, Carter Nolte and Scott Verney, and our producer back at the station, Bill Edmonds. I'm Jeff Flint. Once again, thank you for joining us for another season of Freiburg Academy Baseball on Valley Vision. We'll see you next season.